Hello, welcome. Yay for the prompt people. Appreciate ya. We are going to just give people a few minutes to trickle in. So feel free to stay off camera if you choose. For those who are on, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Thank
Hey,
you, Lane, or Yvette, whoever said yes. Hey, Yvette.
Hey, yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a good amount of people who RSVP'd, so here's hoping that I think there's 20 of us who should be here in total tonight. And this is being recorded just so it can be shared amongst the group for people who are not able to make it at all or in its entirety. And that link will be shared post meeting by tomorrow. We'll start officially like by 7:05. So feel free to stretch your legs, go get a bottle of water, maybe grab a snack. Oh, I'm in two places. Okay. Technology. For those just signing in, we are going to get started at 7:05. We're just giving people a few minutes to get in. Welcome to those joining. 2 more minutes and we'll get started officially. Thank you everyone for being here. Extra points for the timely people. Who was the first one here? I feel like it was it Neffy or Yvette?
I think it was me.
Okay.
I have no idea though. I'm just an overachiever.
Appreciate you.
No problem.
All right. I'm too anxious. I want to get started even though it's not quite. Okay, I lied. It's 7:05. Yay, I can get started. Okay. Yay. Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you guys for taking time out of your day for this trip kickoff, which is kind of like a signature of Lesbi Friends travel. We try to connect prior to the trip for introductions, for trip overview. Um, Welcome officially to the Pleasure Immersion Weekend Kickoff. And this whole meeting will last, I'm gonna estimate an hour and a half. It's gonna be a little bit longer than normal. Though they have been longer than that, just because the energy is going and people just want to continue the connection virtually. But it's going to be a little bit different than normally structured because we are inviting the day of play people, the people who are not staying overnight, but just coming on Saturday to the play party, to join us starting at 8. I will try to get through everything quickly so you guys can go back to your regularly scheduled program. But again, thank you for being here. This weekend, next weekend rather, is an intentional crafted time for exploration, rest, and connection. And this trip has been curated. I'm very excited that because this trip has been curated with incredible collaborators and facilitators who are excited to guide participants. That's all of us, myself included. I'm a participant too, through a weekend of pleasure, safety, and play. So to kick things off, I know that there are some people who are not Lesbi Friends newbies. So some of you might already know this, but we are going to do I love an icebreaker. So we are going to start with an icebreaker so that the people who are here can meet one another virtually. I'm going to put in the chat what the prompts are so you can follow. So bear with me as I copy and paste this. Okay. Yes, so open your chat so you are able to see what I'm sharing there as well, please. And if you don't want to, you have the option of coming off and unmuting yourself and sharing, or you can just put in the chat what you want to share. And I like to lead by example, so I will start. And just logistically, I have 2 screens, so sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. I might be looking at my other screen. Okay, so let's get started with some light introductions. I'm not going to call people. I can tell you, but I'm going to just let you volunteer yourself when you're ready. So, start thinking about the answers that you want to share. So first thing is name and pronouns. My name is Lisa. My pronouns are she, her. You can include whatever name you want, your preferred name, your nickname, your weekend name. It doesn't have to be your government name. Where you are traveling in from next weekend. I am traveling from Washington, D.C. And then we're going to do a quick icebreaker. You can be, and we don't have everybody here, so there's actually time if you want to answer more than one of these prompts. Feel free if you're feeling ambitious and you want to share a lot. So the 3 choices are, if your current mood were a color or texture, what would it be? What's one word that describes how you want to feel next weekend? And what's a small act of self-care that makes you feel grounded? Okay, so if I were a color, I'm gonna pick green. I've been channeling green these last couple of years. It just ties me into nature, a higher vibration. I just feel really good about green. Also, green is money, and as a furloughed government employee, I need to channel all of the dollar energies. I'll just answer them all just because I didn't prepare answers, sorry. What's one word that describes how I want to feel next weekend? I want to feel touched. That part. And what's a small act of self-care that always makes me feel grounded? I'm an introvert. Um, and so I like time to self. Like if you see me in the corner being like quiet, that's okay. Let me be there. I might be with with my journal. I might have an ear pod in listening to music, but I sometimes just need to like steal away intimate moments by myself to reflect. Okay. We have we have 9 people total, 8 people on right now. So we have time if you guys want to share more than one thing like I chose to do. So who would like to go next? Don't feel free to just unmute yourself and share.
I'll go. Hi. Hey y'all. I'm D. You can also call me Minxie. Depending on where you met me at, those are the names that you know me by. And she, her. I am coming from Temple Hills, Maryland. And a small act of self-care that always makes me feel grounded is tea, drinking tea. I have emergency tea kits on my person at all times.
Thank you, Dee.
I'll go next. I was trying to unmute myself. Hey, my name is Nikki. I'm traveling from North Carolina. The color question. Lately, I don't know, my mood has been, I dye my hair a lot. Like I color my hair a lot. So, and I kind of been stuck on purple and blue. So I feel like I basically color my hair based on whatever mood I am. So I guess my mood is purple and blue right now. And what I want to feel this weekend is just freedom. Just feel free to just explore and be myself. So yeah, I can't remember what the last one was, but I would answer if I could remember it. Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki. Happy to see you.
Happy to see you.
Okay, I'll go. My name is Steph or Steph Love or just Love. My pronouns are she, her. I'm traveling from DC and my color is always red. It's always been my favorite color. It never wavers. So, yeah, red. And I'll say a texture too. My current texture, I would say like I don't know why I want to say terry cloth, but like a really, really soft cotton, I guess you could say. Something comfy, like to wrap yourself in. One word that I want to feel this weekend is relax. Um, and a small act of self-care that always makes me feel grounded, is standing outside barefoot in the grass, literally grounding. So yeah.
Thanks, Steph.
I'll do mine. Hi, I'm Yvette. Or in King Spaces, I go by Rel. So for the weekend, I'll be Rel. Or if you have a crush on me, it's Prince Rel. And then they started doing that, so I was like, oh, that's how I can tell if you like me. You start calling me Prince. I am coming from LA, so if anybody wants to help me with a ride from the airport. I'm keeping an eye on that. I saw, Lisa, that you posted a ride share thing, I think. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. Or else I guess it's just an expensive ass Uber. That's fine.
We'll get you there. We are not going to have you take an Uber.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Color. Color is hard right now. I had like a really great weekend, but I had to take my cat to the vet this morning, so I'm a little blue today. So hopefully he's good to go by the weekend because that's gonna be really hard. And let me see. And something that grounds me is um, I love working out and being in the gym, and I always feel good and comfortable doing that. So that helps me stay grounded.
Thank you.
That was all of them, right?
That was all of them. Great job. Thanks, Yvette. I think you're traveling the furthest. Appreciate you.
I know, I'm crazy.
Hello, also next. My name is Mia Ross, she, they. My other name is Aura. I'm traveling from Northern PA. Favorite color, it would have been green, but Lisa already said that. So my second favorite color is actually luminescent. So anything where the light is going through water is beautiful to me. And texture would be rippled water. So luminescent waters makes sense. Am I still in here? Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. The computer's just doing a weird thing. Don't know what to say that. Okay, and the other thing I was going to say was my small self-care act. It's journaling. It always grounds me to take time to reflect.
Thank you, Mia. Happy to have you. All right, two more.
I can go
windows.
next.
Thank
I'm
you.
Keiko. I'm coming from Maryland. I guess my texture would be plaid because it's got like straight lines. You know where you're going. And I'm going a lot of places. And what makes me feel grounded is the spa, all day spa.
I love that. We'll have to talk spas. You said you're in the DMV area?
Atlanta, Maryland.
Okay, we'll have to connect because I like a spa too. And then Neffy, are you able to share either verbally or in the chat? Just want to make sure we have space for you if you do want to. If not,
She shared in the chat.
oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Neffy. Appreciate you. Neffy shared that her pronouns are she, her. She is from PG County, DC border, would also like to carpool, would like a ride. We will make sure that happens, Neffy. Current mood is blue, royal. I like that color. Texture is plush, it's calming. Small act of service is honestly tying myself. Can't wait to experience that. Thank you, Neffy. Okay. I am going to quickly go into some other talking points before I'm not going to talk at you the whole time. So thank you all for being contributors, but I'm also going to hand over the mic to other people throughout this presentation, meeting of sorts, trip kickoff. And I know some things are time sensitive, so I'm just going to continue to move along. But thank you everyone for sharing. That was beautiful. Okay, so as you might know, because of what we've shared on the website and all the email correspondence, that the weekend takes place at a private estate in Percival, Virginia. We had the pleasure of going there. Lesbi Friends had the pleasure of hosting a trip there last summer, which was very different than this trip. We have 19, as of now, we have 19 overnight guests and we have 5 day of play guests. So there is still some room left and we don't want those to go to waste. Of course, whoever is supposed to be there will be there. But if you know anybody who is interested in coming, please send them my way. We are willing to work with them on a payment plan or whatever, just because we want this experience to be accessible to everybody And, people might really need to be in this space at that time. Check-in begins Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. If you arrive early, we will not kick you out, but we might put you to work. And checkout is Monday morning at 10 a.m. I will be presenting part of the travel guide and itinerary verbally during this call, but you will also be emailed that by tomorrow so that you can review it at your leisure. For those of you who don't know, Steph, who's on this call too and is coming on the trip, I'm so excited to have her. She is like my lesbian friend's right-hand woman. Couldn't do it everything without her. Literally text her today, can you do something for me that would have taken me 3 hours, and she did it in 5 minutes. So she is the author behind the travel guide and itinerary. And Mia Ross, who is with us, is actually the creator of the visuals because she put the first one together. So thank you, Mia. We are all a community and a family. So excited that can have active contributors as trip participants to have a good time, not just do the work. But you'll be getting those both after the call. You are encouraged to read the travel guide. There's a lot of good information in there. You don't need to memorize it. Just, take a look at it. It'll help enhance your experience. Okay, some logistics about and communication. So we do have a couple of ways for us to connect before and during the trip. And even after, keep the connection going. We have a WhatsApp group that you all will be invited to by the weekend. If you don't have WhatsApp downloaded on your phone, please download it. It'll make it much easier for you to access the group chat. And that's going to be our main hub for communication and logistics before, during, and after the trip. I don't delete the chat after the trip. You guys can keep the conversation going if you choose. Use it to ask questions, coordinate rides, share excitement, and stay connected. But please don't post questions there about the online course. Those will go in the Mighty app, which you should all hopefully have downloaded and have access to. That's the course that Dame has so eloquently put together that we want to just give you guys the opportunity to learn and grow. And again, it will enhance your experience before the trip. That course and being a part of the Mighty app group is mandatory because we want to come in as educated participants in this intentional space. Okay, I'm going to skip around. I'm going to present 2 more things and then I'm going to pause and I'm going to hand it over to Mia because I know she is not able to stay the entire time and I want her to be able to share some exciting news with you. But real quick, I'll wrap up the logistics and communication. Carpool spreadsheet. You've gotten at least 2 emails with the link. If you need it again, I will send it to you. But this is a space for people to connect. There are people, as you've heard, who are coming in, who are flying in from out of town. We would prefer them to not have to take an expensive ass Uber. So we will make sure they have a ride. If you were able to offer a ride, I please do. Yvette is amazing. She was my roommate on a trip to Bali, so she's great company. So you will be in good company for the 2 hours, if you are able to give her a ride either leg of the trip. And other people who might want a ride, like Neffy. I mean, I'm sure if I was in a car with Neffy for 2 hours, like I would solicit her of so much information. It would just be a learning lesson for me, Neffy. So if you get trapped with me in the car, just know you're going to get your brain picked. So anyway, good people to carpool with. So please, if you can give a ride, do so. And you can talk about that in the group chat, but you can also talk about that. Oh, you can also put your information on the spreadsheet. And then, as I've mentioned, arrival. Arrival is 4 p.m. If you get there earlier, you might be put to work, but we welcome you to get there a little bit early if you need to. Things will not be set up until 4 p.m. And we'd rather you get there earlier than later just because we are in an area that might not have all the street lights. And when you arrive, you will be greeted and shown to your rooms. And then we have a communal dinner at 6 p.m., followed by the opening ceremony at 7 p.m. Okay, now I'm going to go a little bit out of order and pause my structured outline. And I'm going to give the stage, the virtual mic to Mia, who I want to introduce to you. As I've mentioned, Mia is, I mean, I love Mia. We had a great meeting today. She's always just enhancing Lesbi friends. She's traveled with us to South Africa and the Dominican Republic and to River Mountain, just making being a joy to enjoy travel with, but also just like enhancing the community. So thank you, Mia, for being a part of this. And so Mia is partially a participant. And so she will enjoy the weekend's festivities, but she is also a contributor in that she is offering her gifts and talents to the group. She wears many hats, website designer, like she's done our branding for us. She's remarkable, but I'm going to turn it over to her to give you an overview of the 2 offerings that she is doing this weekend so you guys can be in the know.
Hello, can everyone hear me all right? Thank you, Lisa, for that very nice introduction. Hi, everyone. It's wonderful to see your faces. And I've had the pleasure of working alongside Leslie Friends since 2023. And I will be the visual artist and photographer for the weekend. I've been drawn to collaborate with Lisa for many different reasons, but as a creative, I focus on telling authentic stories. And I love creating space where Black queer humans can feel seen, celebrated, and safe within their own skin. And this weekend felt like the perfect container for that. So when you hear the word photo shoot, a lot of people get a little bit anxious, and I want to speak for that directly. My approach is not centered on perfection. My focus is more on capturing your joy embodied, your unique sensual presence, and the beautiful nuances of who you are. And so what that will look like over the weekend is 2 invitations. The first is offering a private add-on session called Curves and Focus, and it will be completely yours. So whether you want to be in a sunlit, glowy space, or if you want to be in a darker, more sultry, shadowy corner, however you want to tell your story, I would love to capture that for you. And your comfort is everything. So there's tiers of privacy so that you have full control and autonomy. The first is for your eyes only. So only you will see the picture. The second is in artful anonymity. So I would focus on your silhouette textures, but not focus on your face. So if you like, that is also an option. And the third is the empowered one, which is something that it's for people who feel called to share their journeys and be fully seen. So pictures that might include your face to help inspire others or just be emboldened. But throughout every step, you will be in the driver's seat of your own story. And then on the last day, there's an optional playful group photo shoot called Afterglow. And it's our chance to co-collaborate and create art together that captures the collective energies and bodies of beautiful landscapes. So the curves and focus sessions are very limited because they're intimate and they're very curated. So please, if you're interested in it, add it to the We Travel portal or message Lisa. And for the Afterglow, you can just feel into it and opt in on Sunday. It calls to you. Yeah, but overall, my role this weekend is to be a safe pair of hands and the creative eyes to help you memorialize this experience in a way that feels good to you. And I really can't wait to meet you all in person and create something beautiful together.
Thanks, Mia. That was great. I could not have presented that in that way, so I'm glad you're here. You were such a true creative. And there are a few of you signed up for the limited spots of the mini boudoir shoot, as I think we've labeled it on as the add-on. It is $125. You will get the description is there of what it includes. Like Mia said, it's private, personal, whatever you want it to be, and you just get to, and you get your photos delivered to you at the end. So you can do with them as you want. I already know what I'm doing with my photos. So for those of you who come to my house, there will be a big backdrop. No, I'm just kidding. But share them, look at them in your own, whatever. But I feel like this is such like going to be an empowering experience. Like I'm doing it for the experience. The photos are a bonus, but I've never done anything like this before. So I'm so excited Mia came up with this concept and is able to have this beautiful offering for the group. The sooner you know if you want to do it, the better for planning purposes. But if you are teetering on the line, there might be a couple spots when you arrive. But I would just encourage everybody to sign up sooner than later just to ensure you have a spot. Okay, thank you, Mia. And Mia might need to duck out a little bit early. So I wanted to give her the stage for that. If you have any questions specifically for Mia, before you sign up, you are welcome to connect with her on the WhatsApp group or email me and I'll connect to you personally. But thank you, Mia, for that. All right, back to my structure, guys. Okay, back to my list. All right. Okay, perfect timing. Dame is in the building, and this is the part of the presentation kickoff that I was going to mention, the course and the Mighty app. So you're right on time, Dame. Sorry to throw you in it, but timing is impeccable. Okay, so now I'd like to introduce Dame Sadie, who is our weekend facilitator and the visionary behind much of this experience. Dame creates spaces grounded in consent, embodiment, and exploration, and she'll guide us through much of the weekend's programming. And so now I'm going to hand the virtual mic, over to Dame, who will share more about what to expect each day, including how to access the virtual pre-course and use the Mighty app for connections. And I will just remind you, as Dame might as well, to register for the course no later than November 7th and complete it before the weekend. This is integral to the experience. And so we want us all to take the time. You've spent the money. Thank you. You've invested your time and your energy and your hard-earned dollars. And so we want everybody to come in this experience. We want everybody to come in this with this, even if whatever your experience level, we want you to have a basis of knowledge so you can get the most out of this experience. But I'll turn this over to Dame so that you can share now.
Oh, hello, people. It's good to see y'all. Hey, friend. That's my best friend. Go, best friend. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Minxie. I'm so excited to be here. I was looking through my notes, like, what's the most important things to give to the people? If there are any questions that you want to make sure that I get to before we skedaddle, you can drop them in the chat. I'm going to say a couple things that might answer those questions. But if there's something that you're like, I really want to know this, drop it in the chat so I can make sure to get to it. Before I get started, I can see your names, but I would like to hear some voices. I love a good call and response hello moment. So does anybody want to come off and at least say, hey, maybe tell me what brought you to the weekend? I mean, I might have already did that before I got here, but I just got here. So you got to do it again. Does anybody want to come off and say, hey?
Hey,
Hey, Steph. What
how
brought you
you
to
doing?
I'm good.
Partly work, of course, but also I've never done anything like this before. So I'm just very curious and open to learn and experience new things.
You love curiosity. We love that. Anybody else want to jump in?
What's up? I'm Tori. I came because Dame is my nigga, my homie, my woe. And I'm always here for a kinky black good time. I've been a kinkster for a long time. I'm ready to throw people in the air like they're my personal pan pizzas. So I'm here to make it do what it do. So I'm excited.
I just want to say, go best friend. That's my best friend. If you've never seen us together, they call us Thunder and Clap. That's my best friend. I'm Thunder. That's Clap. And we specialize in co-topping. We really enjoy the experience of playing with the same body at the same time. So
Yeah.
if you think you can handle that, make sure
It's
you
like a
slide in.
volleyball match.
It's so fun. We're like laughing and giggling. People like watching us play. They're like laughing on the side. So if you haven't, you should make sure you catch that through the weekend. Anybody else want to jump in and say hey and let me know how you got here, what you hope to get out the weekend?
Go, hey, my name is Nikki.
Hey,
Um,
Nikki.
I'm excited because I'm just kind of now getting into kink like earlier this year. I kind of started to explore. I joined a few websites. And then I think at some point I saw this weekend that Let's Be Friends was advertised. Like, oh, hey, that sounds like some kind of feels like a sign. So let me join in. So I'm interested. I'm excited to learn more. Like I said, I'm relatively like super new to it. I'm just now getting into it. So just looking forward to learning more and exploring. I'm excited.
Well, I just want to let you know you are in the one of the safest set of hands to have your newbie experience in, and not just because I say so, but because like I know so. So I look forward to seeing what kind of fun we can help you conjure next weekend. Anybody else
Yeah.
want to jump in and say hey?
Sure. Hey. Um, yeah, so curiosity brought me, or is bringing me. Quite honestly, I'm not sure what to expect. Every time I get an email, I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just going with openness and excited, and yeah. So it's new, but I'm excited for
Well, we love you, and we love that fly ass hat you got on. You should.
it. Oh, thank you. I have a lot of hats. I wear a lot of hats.
There's such thing as a hat kink. I'm just saying you could probably wear that over the weekend and nothing else. To probably have a good time. Fly ass hat.
Trust me,
Thank you
I will
for.
have at least one hat. At
We love
least
this.
one.
We love this. Bring this style for us. Anybody else want to jump in? I see. Is that Majine? How do I say that?
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I hope y'all can hear me okay. It's the first time using this computer, but no, I'm also pretty new to everything. And I was looking for a trip that fit into my schedule, and I came across this weekend, and I was like, oh, this could be fun. And so my best friends was like, "You got to do it," and so I signed up. And it's the same like Stacy. Every time I get an email, I'm like, "Oh, this is what we're doing." Okay, so I'm excited, looking forward to trying out something new, different. I'm pretty open minded, so we'll see.
All right, we got a lot of open minds in here. Sounds like it's gonna be a lot of room for possibility. We love that. Thank you for that, Majine. Anybody else want to jump in?
I can. I was trying to turn my video back on, but I think since I'm on my phone, I lost the button somewhere. Anyways, but you can hear me though?
I can hear you, Yvette. Come on, voice. I can hear you. Everybody else can hear Yvette?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I love kink and play parties, and I've been going for like a while now. So I guess I would say maybe I'm like intermediate at this point. And but I've never been to like a retreat. And so when I saw Lisa, and I love Lisa, so when I saw that Lisa was doing a like whole weekend retreat, that's why I'm coming from so far away. Because I was like, that sounds freaking amazing and right up my alley. And I have been really enjoying the process of getting to explore myself more and just being curious. And I learn every play party I go to is like a totally different new experience. And I always have so much fun just like being there and just being comfortable even if I don't play with people, I just feel so comfortable and at ease in play parties because the people are just so chill and open-minded. I love that.
Thank you for that, Yvette. It's good to have some mixed experience in the room. So thank you for throwing your voice and excitement into the container. Anybody
No
else
problem.
want to? Of course, don't got it, no pressure. All right, I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're gonna go on to the next thing. Thank you to everybody that dropped some voices. I like to hear y'all, feel y'all. It helps me to get excited about the conversation too. I know I came in on Lisa talking about the Mighty app. This pre-course idea is something that I started this past year because I realized like people come to these weekends and you're expected to like consume large amounts of information and keep yourself safe and have fun all at the same time. And for some people, that doesn't really work out great. So I figured if I give some things on the front end that might help like keep you safer, help you figure out more of what you want, how to ask for it, then by the time you get there on the weekend, you can be practicing those things instead of having to learn them and then practice them. So if you look at the course, it's not really like how to spank somebody. It's more like, what's your intention for the weekend? How do you want to feel over the weekend, right? So you can be thinking about these things ahead of time. I know we have some experienced kinksters in the room, and I'm sure they can second and third and fourth that it can be really helpful to know ahead of time what you want and how you want to feel before you go into the space, because there will be so many opportunities and so many things that you can try that in order to help you make sure that you stay in alignment, it can be helpful to know what it is that you hope to get out of the experience. So there's some intention setting stuff in there. There is the archetype test, which can like help you, for those of you that are newbies, help you figure out like if you want to have a persona, what we call a kink persona for the weekend. You know how like Beyonce has Beyonce and then there's Sasha Fierce. Well, in the kink world, people develop personas that can sometimes give them more permission to move through play. So it gives you some activities and questions that you can ask yourself to maybe develop your version of a persona. There's also an intro to like a simple bondage technique that I teach people with a scarf. So you can do that with yourself or with somebody else. And because it's with a scarf, it's like nice and soft. So it's a nice soft entry point. So there's some soft skills and some hard skills in the course. And so it really is just to help you kind of get the motor going before you arrive in the space. So when we're saying, you know, get in the course and look over the course before November the 7th, it's not like I want you to go read a whole textbook and then write a paper, right? It's like, look at these things. These things might be fun for you to do. You might say, I don't actually want to do any of those things, and that's okay too. Answer these questions at the end and we'll say you're done. Right, so it's not a matter of you pass or fail if you do the thing or not, because that would not be consensual, right? It's more so that you look at it and make the decision about whether or not you want to do the thing, and then just answer the questions at the end of the course so we know you did it. I saw some comments in the chat that I want to pay attention to. Tuere said having an intentional plan can help you make sure you have the experience you want to receive rather than receiving any old thing, which might not feel right to you. And it's very true. And sometimes you don't know that that's happening until after, especially if you're not a person who's used to advocating for yourself or thinking about what you want in a situation. It's very easy to get into these sorts of environments and just kind of go along with whatever's presented or whoever is in the room. So it can be very helpful to know what's right for you. And then D or Minxie said, the course really helps. I've been practicing kink for over 10 years and I really enjoyed taking the course and learned some new shit. And so that's really the point. That's why I don't give you a lot of the stuff you can Google about BDSM online. The things I'm inviting you to do is just information I've found that has been helpful for people along the journey. Any questions about course things? No? All right. I'm gonna keep it rolling then. My question. Okay, so the schedule you can find. Lisa and Steph did an amazing job of putting together your travel guide for you. So your schedule is already in there, so we don't really need to go through it one by one. But I want to mention a couple things about the activities that we're doing. First things first, even though this is a pleasure weekend and we're calling it a pleasure weekend and not a kink weekend on purpose, because if you want to do kink things, great. If you want to nap in the corner under some blankets and watch everybody run around naked all weekend, you can do that too. If you want to go sit in the corner and let Zaddy read books to you in your ear for an hour, you can do that too, right? So we're not focusing on the kink. I know everybody's really excited about the kink part, but there are so many other ways that you can explore pleasure and give yourself permission to find what feels good to you in this space. So don't be focused on like, what if I don't want to do kink things? Okay, don't do kink things. What do you want to do? Do you want to add?
I'm a great narrator. I just want to say I'm great at narrating.
You are. That's what specifically. I'm like, if you don't want to be naked, but you do want to feel sexy, go listen to this nigga read you a book. And so that's why it can be helpful to know what you want ahead of time too, because the point is, even though we're doing these activities, you should only be doing what feels like a yes in your body, not just because it's on the schedule. So this is a good place to start to feel into what we are talking about doing and whether or not you actually want to be doing that. Friday, when you arrive, we will have like a container setting place where we'll get to introduce ourselves again. We'll name some desires. We'll do some like consent attunement games. If you've never been to an offering that I do, I usually try to in the opening circle do sort of somatic attunement exercises that help you feel into whether or not you are in your yes no. You know how to say yes, and how to say no before you start to explore. So that would be the opening circle on Friday. And then usually, that's a good place where people start setting their play dates or confirming play dates that they've already made. Friday night is kind of the like shore things up point usually. And then Saturday is when we get up to the goodness. So there will be a brunch for the people who are staying overnight. And then there's a series of activities that are going to happen on day 2. And those activities are going to be group activities that we are all going to be invited to do. And also, if you don't want to do any of these workshops, you can go spend your time somewhere else enjoying the amenities or properties if you want. You don't have to do these workshops if you show up. So I'm going to go through this schedule, but I think I'm going to wait a few minutes because I know we're waiting for hot tub. I think hot tub is always a good backup plan, honestly. Can you go wrong with a hot tub? And so everybody on this call now are people who are staying for the whole weekend. And so a couple things that I like to bring up specifically for people who are doing the overnight things: make sure you have enough changes of clothes, right? Because sometimes things get wet and squishy and or torn or cut or lost. So just make sure you have sexy things. And also you make sure you bring comfort items. I had somebody come one year, all they bought was thongs, and they were so mad because they didn't bring no comfy bottoms to sit around and be comfortable in. All they bought was sexy lingerie clothes, which is okay, but I don't know about you, but at like 7:30 in the morning, I don't want no thongs on. So make sure you bring yourself some like comfy, cover up, throw on clothes. There are a lot of spaces where you'll be able to be naked if you want to, moving around the house. And that's something that I like to talk about too, as a part of the establishing the culture of the household, right? So because we are encouraging people to be comfortable, to come and be whatever version of self they want to present as, one of the things we have to do as a community is make sure that we are creating a safer space for people to do that. So how are we going to do that? That means first things first, we want to make sure we're honoring people's pronouns. It is very important. It is actually a consent violation every time you misgender a person, period, hands down, full stop, right? And so when we're in these spaces, if you want to be in alignment and in community care, you have to do your best to honor the pronouns that the person is giving you. I don't care if you know the person as a she outside of this container, but in this container, they want to be he. Guess what you got to work really hard to do? You got to call him he, because this is about affirming whatever and however people want to be able to show up in their spaces, right? So you want to make sure that you're checking in with pronouns. You also want to make sure that you're checking your like fat phobia, transphobia, like all of these things that all of us can have embedded in us and not really be sure about how it's affecting other people. So for example, we not making comments on people's bodies, right? Unless we ask, like, can I like, Minxie, can I comment on that shirt you got on? And then you have to actually wait for Minxie to say yes or no. Then you can do the thing, right? So this is how we take care of each other in spaces that I like to create for people. You also want to make sure that you are not touching people without asking. So even if I know Tuere, that's my best friend, go best friend, right? But when they're in a scene, I don't touch them. I don't even talk to them when they're in the scene unless we're in the scene together, right? Because there are boundaries. And when people are in play spaces, especially for you newbies, this is a great place for you to notice how your body responds to being in a pleasure or erotic space. For some people, it literally heightens their sensation so much that touch feels different. So even though I might hug Zaddy real tight most days, maybe in play parties, I can't do that because they are so, they're taking in sights and sounds and feelings. They might have just got their ass beat, so they're bruised. You never know. So you just want to make sure that you can ask people before you touch them that it's okay for you to engage with them. And their things. Do not touch people's things. It doesn't matter if you know them, if they look like they're a friendly person, please don't pick up anybody's toys, implements. People try it all the time, which is weird to me because I'm like, I wouldn't just walk up and pick up somebody's like dick off the ground. Why would you think you could just walk in and pick up my floggers? Like they're an extension of me, just like all your parts, right? So don't touch people's things without asking. That's right. Wouldn't touch somebody's fork. Listen, and if you notice, it's the experienced kinksters that are amening this because I cannot tell you how often this happens with newbies. So please don't touch people's implements unless they are, or their tools, unless you have specific consent to do so. And if there is an oops in the moment, if there's a moment, if I misgendered, Tuere or Nefi, or if I stepped on their toe, or if I bumped into them, we want to handle the oopses in the moment. So if something happens, let's say you're in a scene with somebody and something happens unexpected and you don't know how to take care of it yourself. We have monitors that will be around throughout the weekend. And there's also Lisa and Steph and myself that you can come and find to help support you if you need to talk about an oops that happened and maybe you can't talk about it with the person. But it's important that when you're in these spaces, especially as a newbie, that you are exercising your like advocacy muscle as much as your pleasure muscle, right? So we want to be doing the good thing, enjoying ourselves, and we want to make sure that if we need to tend to or ask to be tend to, that we make space to name unexpected things that might happen. I see some things in the chat. Let me see. What is a scene and what does it mean? Okay, so that would be BDSM 101. And if you take it should be a BDSM test link inside of the course. And they'll give you like a bunch of BDSM 101 language. That's generally not a thing that I put in the course because you can literally Google that anywhere. But scenes are what we call the amount of time that we are playing together. So if we're going to negotiate an impact play scene, then that scene is going to be for a specific amount of time. And here's what we're going to do. And here's what I like about it. And here's what you like about it. And then we do the thing for the negotiated amount of time. So a scene is just the word that we use to talk about an exchange where we are playing or experiencing the kink. So hopefully you'll get to do a lot of scene time throughout the weekend. And that brings me to how you like holler at people.
I know Lisa may have already mentioned that they have a WhatsApp that you all will be getting access to. So you'll be able to connect with each other and like hook up in the WhatsApp and also in the Mighty Network if you want to post like an intro or this is what I'm hoping to get into this weekend. You can do that in the Mighty Network as well. And that way you can start talking to people now. Like if you know that you want to, you know, plan a scene with whoever, you can slide in their DMs now and start talking now. So that way, by the time the weekend comes, all y'all have to do is confirm whatever it is that y'all negotiated before you got there. Does that make sense? So you can use the Mighty Network course to do that or the WhatsApp. Trying to think if there's anything else weekend specific. Before the other people come in, that will be the day guests. Do y'all have any specific questions about like overnight weekend things for in terms of what like kink things and play things for me?
Can y'all show the schedule again, if you don't mind?
Yeah, I'm sure we can. We're gonna go over the Saturday schedule in about 4 minutes. We'll talk a little bit more about what the offerings will be for Saturday because I'm really excited about those. We want to wait for the day of guests to get in. And if y'all have any homies that are near or people who you think might want to come just for the day, Lisa has extended the registration for the day event. So people can still register to come and get this day event and play party in. So feel free to share that. Are there any questions specific to the weekend or specific to kink or BDSM or play or pleasure in this space that you want to ask me?
So I'm sharing the schedule, but you will also very quickly, but you will also receive this via email. So you can go over it at your leisure. We're just waiting for the day of people who are coming on Saturday to come to join us a little around 8 before Dame goes into what that amazing day will entail. And Dame, just for background, we did not get to the travel guide because there was just so much information to share. So I haven't even gotten a chance to present some of that information.
Okay,
But
okay, I guess we can do it after I go through Saturday schedule and then I'll.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I guess quiet means there are not too many questions. Feel free to slide in my DMs, shoot an email. If you feel like, oh, I do have a question and I forgot it. Feel free to reach out. I love to make sure that people get what they need before they get here. Trying to see if I missed anything. Y'all already talked about facilitators. I guess we can do that in the next one too. The next part.
Yeah,
Okay. Any of the newbies, y'all got any nervousnesses that I can tend to before the people come in? Like any questions, anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable? Specifically coming into the space? Don't be shy. We're gonna be kink cousins by the end of next weekend. You know what kink cousins means? That means from now on, every time y'all see each other, you're gonna be like, so don't be shy now. We finna be kink cousins. All right, we are going to give it, I guess, 1 or 2 more minutes for the Saturday day people. This is where the
I guess so.
meeting.
This,
Please.
hello.
Yes,
Sorry,
please.
this is Nick again. I guess I kind of had a question about like I don't know, dress or attire. Is it mostly just kind of more casual, laid back dress, in terms of, in general how we should dress for the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say that there is not a lot of shoulds in this weekend. The whole point of every event that I create is I want you to do whatever you want. So literally, if you want to come this weekend dressed in a ball gown with a fucking chandelier on your head, you can do that, baby. If that's what you want to feel like for the weekend, do that. If you want to be naked and snatch every piece of hair off your body and be slick as an eel for the weekend, baby, do that. Okay.
Mhm.
Like literally, what can you bring where to feel the most sexy, empowered, embodied that you can feel while you're moving through this experience? For some people, that's wearing some fox ears and a tail, right?
Mhm.
For some people, that's wearing some sexy, lacy lingerie. For some people, that's a three-piece complete suit. And all of that's sexy, and I want to see all of it. So there literally is, I would say, not a dress code. It's more so like a vibe code. Like how is it going to support how you want to feel?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think you can't be like naked around the food or something. Lisa got some rules around that. But I think for the most part, you can like freeball it if you want to.
Lisa and I also have rules about the food. And I'm like, we all do, please.
It can't be having, parts flinging around in the kitchen. But there will be signs that will say like, no nudity here, no playing here. So you won't even have to guess if where you're standing is somewhere that you can be balls out or you need to have a sarong on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
but the
you.
idea is literally to think about how much permission you can give yourself to show up however you want. I'm very excited about Macy's Fox Den because I love to see people in their animal bodies. And Macy is like a fox. It's like a fox and a black body together. And so while you go and have this experience, you're going to get to, and what I have found, and it's actually literally a somatic exercise that people pay all this money to go to workshops for, that sometimes getting into your animal body allows you to feel and play and open up in a way that like your human body does not allow. And so that's why that's actually one of the activities that we have for Saturday, which is perfect because we will get moving through the Saturday schedule, which is the day 2, which is the day of play. So that will be open to you all as the overnight guests and open to some day guests who will be attending. And they'll just be coming around 12 and leaving around 9, depending on if they're staying for the play party. And so that you will already have had breakfast because they're arriving at 12. So you'll have brunch or, time to connect, wake up, shuffle around before people are coming in. And then we'll move into a circle opening. We'll bring all of you together, the overnight guests and the new guests, so y'all can know who's who, introduce yourselves, say hello, probably do some calibration and attunement exercises. And then from 12 to 12:45, from 1 to 1:45, we will have the petting zoo, which is one of the most popular offerings that we have at our events in the last couple of years. And it's an opportunity to be in your animal body, to receive touch, and to be in your animal body to give touch. And it's about verbal and nonverbal communication, and it's just fun. Every time I've ever done it with people, there are so many ahas about how we can communicate what we want without using our voice. And even though it's called the petting zoo, of course, you do not have to be touched at all if you don't want to during the experience. That's actually a part of what can be very empowering, is to feel into whether or not you actually want to be receiving touch, how you want to be receiving touch, how you want to affirm that touch, how you want to tell them you don't like it. So animal bodies can help us really feel into that. So that's a good place to be in relationship with consent. And then we will have Tap, Tap, Tap In, which is one of my oldest classes, and it teaches impact play. So you're going to learn some impact play basics that you will be able to use that evening or that weekend. If you want to negotiate an impact play scene, you'll learn some really easy basics to be able to do that. And then on the 3 o'clock time, that will be Kink on a Budget, which is kind of like sensation play too, because you're going to learn how to use these implements in a sensation play scene. But they're going to be all things that you can get from the dollar store. So for the overnight guests, you'll get a convertibles pack as a part of your reservation. And then if you're a day guest, then you would have had to into that. Then after tap, tap, tap in is the dinner time. So for folks who are just coming for the day, that'll be a time for us to come together, have dinner. And then if they're not staying for the play party, they will leave. If they are staying for the play party, then at 5 o'clock, we transition into the exploratorium. I'm excited about, not just because it's going to be a bunch of my friends doing things, but because you all get to have some really top flight intros into kink, right? So if you don't want to do anything all weekend with anybody, all you want to do is pop around to these stations, you'll be able to get a good intro into what kink can feel like. So I want to introduce also, while I'm going through the Saturday schedule, I will also just kind of invite the people who will be there, making an offering to say hey. So we have, I'm gonna just start from the top of my screen. There is Minxie, who's gonna be running Minxie's Fox Den. So all of this is gonna be happening from 5 to 9 o'clock. If you are an overnight guest, of course you'll be there. If you're a day guest, if you got the play party option, then you will be there. If not, then you will be home or not there. And so these people are people that I trust with my body, so I trust them with yours too. And so Minxie, I'm gonna let you speak a little bit about who you are, but Minxie's gonna be running the Sip and Self Tie, which they are phenomenal tea blender. And so if you get to drink anything they make, that's its own magic. And then she also is great at self-tying in her own personal practice. So we invited her to merge them together so you can have an experience where you can sip a little tea or whatever you sipping while you learn and practice and kind of share with her in self-tying. Minxie, you want to say hey?
Sure. Hey y'all, I'm Minxie. Also D for some of y'all lesbian friends, people that have met me before. Yeah, as Dame said, I love herbs and I love tea. Tea is amazing. I'm gonna bring so many blends. You can create your own blend. I'm gonna have some curated blends for the weekend to combat different things that deal with just being at retreats and overnights and travel. And also, as Dame said, there'll be like I'll probably do a little self-tying workshop. I did one before and there was some coochie rope that everybody really enjoyed. So I'm probably gonna run that back. I will also have a chest of things for because I'm a fox and I love dressing up as a fox. You're gonna see me all weekend being very foxy, but I have lots of other ears and tails and collars and horns and all types of shit. So it's really great because the petting zoo is right before it and y'all gonna really enjoy that. And if you want to, you can just go into my box of goodies and dress up as your animal and come play with me in my den. What else? There was one other thing I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it was. So I guess it'll be a surprise when we get there. Oh, wait, I will have some practice rope that you can use, but if you have your own, please bring it. That's it.
Yeah, I think thank you for naming that, because that is actually a general rule. I mean, we will have things for you to borrow. It's great when places have things for you to borrow, but it's always best to have your own things. So that's cool. I might bring some rope to sell for the weekend. Thank you, Mixie. And yes to the fantastical. I just said to somebody earlier that fantastical is a muscle, right? And so for some people, it's like, why would I have on a tail? Why would I have on ears? Put it on to see how you feel first. You never know, right? Especially if you're a person who is in your head a lot, if you take yourself way too damn seriously. Sometimes putting on these things that feel silly can actually literally just allow you to feel silly, which in this day and age, I'm gonna just say, is its own antidote, its own medicine to be able to be outside of the stresses that impact the human every day. So I love anytime that I can be in my Dragon Kitty time don't even talk to me. I'm in imaginary land. I don't even have no words. Pet me and get lit on fire. So I really encourage you, even though I know it might be like, what? Animals, what? Trust me, I understand. That was me, I understand. But there's so much medicine in allowing yourself to expand your imagination through the way that you dress and feel. Okay, we got another facilitator in here, I think. Oh, yes, Neffy. Neffy is probably one of the only people to have tied me up in the last, I don't know, probably 15 years. And so I really appreciate Neffy's gift. And I don't know if you want to come off to say hey, but they are part of the Naughty House, and they are an advanced rigger, so they do suspension and all kinds of complicated ties. So they'll be able to take you through the experience of having an actual rope scene or mini scene. So they will be there for the evening. Did you want to come off and say anything, nephew, or you just dropping some emojis?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Neffy. I've been she, her, of course. I've been tying over 7 years now. I started as a self-tie. It's just an amazing feeling. And I wish beautiful rope on every Black body. It's a wonderful adornment. It was such an honor to tie you because I was looking up to you regarding rope too. So it's absolutely amazing. So I'm just excited to meet everybody in person. I love hearing, that people are new because you get to find out exactly what you like and what you love. And rope can be grounded. So it can be grounding, it can be meditative, it can be sadistic, it can be sexy, it can be exactly what you want it to be. So however you want to feel, the rope can be that for you for this weekend.
Thank you for that, Neffy. See, that's why it's important you do your work in the course, because then when you get to Neffy and you want to get tired, and Neffy's like, how do you want to feel? You're not standing there like a deer in headlights. You're going to be like, I want to feel like a fucking Thanksgiving turkey. And then Neffy can be like, Thanksgiving turkey special coming up, right? You got to just, you got to have some ideas. You got to help us know where to start. So Neffy will be doing that. I think, I can't tell. Zaidi, are you in here? Yeah, I thought I saw your name.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Zaidi, also known as Superior for the weekend, will be offering targeted body work. And again, this is a person who literally, after I had my knee injury, they rubbed my knee and I literally gained more mobility in my knee. So when I say the hands is gifted, they are gifted. If there is a part of your body, your neck, your hands, your arms, your feet that can use a little bit of attention, Zaidi Superior is a great person to trust your body to. I'm going to let them jump on and say anything that they want to say about what they're offering for the evening. If you want to, no pressure.
I think you did a great job. Thank you for saying all of that. I mean, that's what I would have said, to be honest.
That part.
If anybody has any questions, like I'm open to any and all kinds of questions. What I can say as far as body work goes, I've just been working on bodies. Like I've had some Reiki certs, and also it's a gift. So that's where it's coming from. I've trained with some people, but I've been offering just hands-on service for people to be like, oh, just my neck or my hands or feet, whatever, but to be of service to the community is really why I do it. So it's a little bit about me and why, and then everything that Dane said.
I got some body for work from them the other day, and I hopped up on the table, and I was like, up, moving. Then all I remember is them tapping me on my leg and being like, "You're finished." I literally thought I had just jumped on the table. I don't know what kind of fucking portal they dragged me through, but demands is the thing. So be thinking about if there's a part of your body that needs a little TLC during that time. So all of these offerings will be open and available for people to sign up for. There'll be a sign up sheet for the increments of time. Each of us are offering about 15 minutes per person per exchange so that we can have time to like get people through. And also give ourselves some breaks in between. So make sure if you know you want to see a person, go sign up early. I think maybe the Foxton might have a little bit more space because they don't have to go one-on-one in there. So that'll be a little bit more of a group sort of experience.
Unless you want to go 1-on-1, but you should let me know if you want something like that. Like
yes,
I don't know, consultation or whatever.
Thank you for naming that. If you actually want to do a one-on-one with any of the practitioners, I think everybody is open to it, if I'm not mistaken, this weekend. But there may be a cost if you want something outside of what is offered in the 5 to 9 container. So if you know you want to do a tea consultation with Minxie and it's going to be 45 minutes, 30 minutes, you might want to book a consultation. And it can be in that same weekend, but it would just be probably maybe at an additional cost. Same thing for Neffy. If you want to do a full rope scene, that's going to be different than the 15-minute thing that we're offering. So, check in with Neffy about if they have availability to do that. Same thing with Superior. They're doing these little shorter touch points, but if you want a 30-minute bodywork experience, you can decide.
Excuse me. I'm basically, real quick, going to be offering for the weekend like a $3 a minute situation. So people can have however many minutes they want in that way. And that would be off the regular schedule. Okay, that's it.
All right. And so everybody knows all the things that we're doing for the evening. Does anybody have any questions about Saturday specifically?
And Dame, sorry, I'm on a different device right now. We didn't really have I'm so sorry. I wanted to just be able to welcome the day of play people. And because I know when they joined, a couple of them, excuse me, you were talking. And we didn't so I just wanted to welcome them into this space because they didn't have a chance to do the intros, but hopefully they got all the information as you were presenting.
Thank you for naming that, Lisa. Who just joined us? I can't see because I'm on my phone, so I don't know who just came in.
I know Brittany joined and one other person. I'm sorry, I'm not by my computer right this second.
Okay, I'm just saying if you just joined, unmute yourself, say hi. So.
Hey y'all, this is Brittany.
Hey.
I showed up around like 8:03 or something like that.
Hey, Brittany. So I just like to hear everybody's voice and say hello. And if there's anything you want to say hello to us specifically, and maybe tell us how you got here or what you hope to get out the weekend, you can. And that's for you or anybody who just came in to the room.
Oh, put on the spot. Give me a second. Let me think about it.
Okay, look. And you can say, I don't want it right now. That's okay too. But I just want to make sure I get the opportunity because everybody else got to say hey and tell us why they were coming. So no pressure. Okay, so in terms of day of things, are there any questions about that? There will be rotating monitors. I'm not sure how they will be, like how you will be able to tell their monitors yet, but it will be visible that they are monitors. So if you need any help, have any questions or have any incidents, especially during the playtime, they will be around. Trying to think if there's anything else day of specific. Am I forgetting anything? Facilitators, is there anything else that y'all want to throw into the space? Lisa, am I forgetting anything about day of things?
No, that's great. For day of play people, so this was a 2-part meeting. We had the overnight guests join at 7 and we invited you guys to join at 8. So that's why we were kind of in the mix of things when you joined. But just as a heads up, you will be getting a detailed overview of the day's events. So you'll know all the things that are going on if you missed it on the screen earlier.
Thank you for that reminder. All right, I think I said all the things I need to say. Do y'all have any questions, any considerations? Oh, I want to remind people, if you were one of the people who received the free 30-minute consultation, that's before the event. So you want to make sure that you schedule that. There should have been an email that came to you that told you how to do that. It gave you my booking link so that you can book sometime. It would probably have to be next week at this point. But that way you can book your 30 minutes. And in that time, it's mostly just to talk about what you're planning to do for the weekend, if there's any way I can help you get clearer for negotiations and things like that. I offer coaching in general. So even if you don't want to do sessions this weekend, you can book consultation after this weekend, and we can talk about how it might be in support of your healing. The platform that you joined on the Mighty Network, there are also other courses on there. If you're interested in expanding your kink journey, I just posted my first online course, which is Rapid Release. It's a somatic self-tying experience. Everybody who attends these events gets a 50% off code to use on any of the courses that I have on the platform for the rest of the year. So if you decide you want to sign up for any of those things, you can do that at a discounted price. And it'll be everything from somatic awareness work to longer impact play classes and things like that. So if you're in the network, you will get notifications as those things come available. Lucky you, we get to play before we leave. I am leaving the country November 22nd. A part of my journey for the last 3 years has been spending about 3 to 6 months in Africa. And so I'm going back to Johannesburg with my lovely love, and we're going to be making more of these spaces and documenting them and having a good time. So I'm leaving November 23rd, and I won't be back until June of 2026. So we get to celebrate and send us off with a bang with y'all. So I'm excited. If you have any questions, like I said, feel free to shoot me an email or send Lisa an email. If you want to connect with anybody specific, even if you like, you know what, that hat was extra fine tonight, go ahead and slide in that hat's messages in the Mighty Network, right? Because you can privately message people in the Mighty Network. So yeah, use this time this weekend to post your intros, say hey to people. That's a lot of people make play dates by putting a picture up and being like, hey, I don't know what I want to do, but here are the things I like. And then somebody goes and says, oh, I like that thing too. Let's do it together on Friday at 2, right? So go ahead and get in there. I'm encouraging my experienced kinksters who already know how that works to go ahead and drop their intros in the Mighty Network so we can show them how to do it. Okay. Other than that, I think that's the last thing I got. If y'all have any questions for me, you can speak now, forever hold your peace.
Thank you, Dame. This was great. If you do have questions for Dame, feel free to put them in the chat before Dame heads out. Or like Dame said, on the Mighty app, message her or email Lesby Friends, and I will make sure Dame gets the message. So thank you, Dame, so much. That was so important. I did not get to present everything I wanted to present, so I'm gonna take back the mic. If you need to leave, again, this is a longer meeting than typical, so if you need to leave, no worries. Say bye in the chat. If you feel moved, I probably will take the next 20 minutes just going over logistical things. For people who are just doing day of play, you are welcome to stay for the logistical things, but they probably will mostly just apply to the weekend. And for those who are coming for the Saturday only, there is extra space in the house. We don't want it to go to waste. We have beds. And so if you would like to upgrade, you are welcome to. There's 3 spots left. But no worries if not, we welcome you on for Saturday. Okay, just a couple more things. I do want to take time to introduce Steph, who is you're going to see a lot this weekend. You've already heard from her. You just didn't know because, again, she's just like a behind the scenes, amazing force. In the mission of Lesbi Friends. So I'm just going to give her a brief introduction and then introduce her role so you understand how that works and how she will be interacting with everyone. So Steph is, I mean, I feel like assistant is not a worthy enough title, but she is very humble. And so she just says, yep, that. But she's my assistant and Lesbi Friends travel content and operations lead. She'll be helping manage logistics, guest communications, and photography support throughout the weekend, as well as content creation. And so, as you all know, you got to sign your life away. I'm an attorney. I make you sign the documents, so you cannot sue me or Lesbi Friends, but you don't want to sue anyway. I mean, everything is like, we are very transparent and we are in the business of respecting people's wishes. But this is the business. And also we believe in, sharing the content that we are going to potentially create amongst ourselves first and foremost. So Steph is going to be there because we hope to create things like this again in the future. And so she'll be capturing like the house and the setup. I'm going to let her talk. But I want to give her the floor because she will be on site as a participant, but also in multiple roles. And so we just want to make everybody feel comfortable and in the know about what, if at all, she will be capturing. You always have the option to opt out. You don't even need to have your pinky toe photographed if you don't want to. But if you're open to having your knee photographed, there's that option too. Knees are sexy. Okay, I'm gonna let Steph talk now because, yeah.
Hi again. So, yeah, so I was managing Lesbi Friends social media for a while before I went fully into doing operations and admin and most of the marketing. So when we're in the trip settings, during your registration, some people that registered early might not have had this question, but you were asked whether you wanted to opt in or out. People that said they opted out, of course, we will respect that. We will have like these purple lanyards that you can wear just as a reminder to myself and Mia. Mia's no longer on the call, but Mia will be getting content as well, aside from her add-ons. So if you have on the purple lanyard, I know that you don't want any part of yourself photographed or videotaped, and I will respect that. People did opt in, and we can have individual conversations about what you feel comfortable with. Again, I do not have to capture your face. I do not have to capture you doing anything you don't want me to capture. But if you're okay with a little leg, a little shoulder, some lips or whatever, this is a pleasure-based experience. So we do want to capture content that brings that forward whenever we do a reel later, or even if it's just for something internal, one of our newsletters or anything like that. That's what I'll be doing. So if you see me with the camera out or you see me with my phone out, I will only be recording things with consent. If the chef is in the kitchen cooking, I will be recording that openly. So if you walk into the shot or you see that I'm recording, you walk into it, you have been recorded. So be mindful of that as well. But again, yeah, you could let me know individually what you feel comfortable with, you're okay with. We could stage some stuff, and it doesn't have to be kink related. It could just be having some fun in the hot tub and you don't mind that. It could be sitting out by the fire pit and you don't mind that, something like that. Us just eating a meal together and trying to capture the group dynamic. So yeah. That's the basis of what I'll be doing. And always feel free to, you could have not minded it Friday night and you minded Saturday. You don't mind it Sunday, you mind it Monday. If you change your mind, you just let me know. And I'll always respect that.
Thanks, Steph.
Mhm.
And also just want to share, we do have a group photo album, and these pictures that Steph and Mia are invited to capture are also for your pleasure and enjoyment. And, you know, so they don't all, it's not for all the business hat. It also is just so you can see yourself smiling, laughing, enjoying each other throughout the weekend. Because we want to, like, sometimes, like, I'm so busy, I can't, like, I don't remember all the moments. So sometimes it helps me, like, relive the weekend by just, like, looking at the pictures and the experiences that I got to be a part of. But thank you for that, Steph. Please feel free to amend by emailing me your opt-in, opt-out, but also that can be communicated on site as well, directly to me and or Steph. Probably Steph, because she just remembers everything. Could not function without her. Okay. A couple more logistical things. We've already introduced the facilitators. Check. Okay, day of play guests. As you know, as you probably know, because you signed up for the event, you will be joining us Saturday from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. If you choose to stay for the exploratorium. Bathroom, this question has been asked, and so I don't know if Dame shared the answer, but I think Dame proactively asked it. Are bathrooms available for day of play guests? So the people who are just coming on Saturday. Yes, they are. All of the bathrooms are shared, unfortunately. You know, we're going to be family that weekend. So people just coming for the Saturdays event are welcome to use bathrooms and to change, to shower. You should bring your own towel and toiletries. People who are coming for overnight guests, you will get towels, but the space does not provide toiletries. So bring your lotions and potions and washes. Same with day of play guests, bring at least your towel if you want to towel off, and you can also enjoy the hot tub. So that might, even if you don't take a shower, you can still get in the hot tub. There is an indoor hot tub that I think I feel like it seats like 20 people. I feel like the venue said it seats like 12, but I feel like we can get 20 in there. So there are fun water spaces to enjoy. So bring a towel if you want to potentially experience those. Packing list. Okay. Dame already covered some of these things, but bring anything you might want for play, workshops, or theme moments, like Minxie's Den. You will receive the house rules, but I've also shared those, so you'll get the video recap and you can, look at those again. All right. Any question? So the chef could not join us tonight. So I just want to present on their behalf really quickly. In the itinerary, you will receive the menu. And so we try to be respectful of everybody's dietary restrictions. And the chef was very willing to work with my limited budget. So we are going to get amazing cuisine. And so you're going to eat well. But for those of you we're sharing the menu in advance so that you know what's going to be on the menu. If you don't love the menu or if you just want extra things, there are actually 2 kitchens. There's one on the lower level. So if you need like extra whatever, or you want to do your own thing, there's a kitchen that you can have access to store refrigerated items of your own, or just, like if you need something, when you can have access to a kitchen and create whatever you need. But meals are provided for both the day of play guests, for the dinner, and for the overnight guests for the trip. You'll receive the email with the itinerary that contains the menu. But just as an overview, Friday, we have a communal welcome dinner. Saturday, we have brunch and like light snacks during the day. And then Saturday, we have a decadent early dinner before the evening experience. Sunday, we have nourishing meals focused on restoration and connection. And then Monday we have grab and go breakfast, but it's very elevated. I told the chef to like do yogurts and muffins, and she's like preparing all this fancy stuff. I'm like, I don't think you'll have time to cook and clean up, but she's extra, which we will appreciate. Okay, that I think is it for my overall announcements. I want to just open up the space for questions, logistic wise, for not the facilitators, if you have them for myself and or Steph, or for facilitators who are still here. If you have questions for them, you are welcome to ask. But I just want to open up this space for questions or comments, excitement, joy, whatever.
So if for any reason we're not able to coordinate a ride, is it okay to bring a vehicle or should we stick to Ubers?
No, bring a vehicle.
Oh, okay.
You can drive. The ride option is more so for people who need it, right? Like not all of us have vehicles. Not all of us want to be on the road for several hours, but also some of us flying in from other states. So we just want to present that opportunity because this is a local-ish trip for the DMV hub of Lesbi Friends. So please, we have plenty of space for parking. You can definitely drive. Thank you for that question. Any other questions? And in the travel guide, there's more information about the accommodations and parking, so you'll see that. But we have the whole estate to ourselves, so we should use all the space.
Lisa, is it fine for me to bring my massage table?
Yeah, I love that. Please bring it. And if you want to offer that, I don't know that I have the capacity to coordinate it, but if you want to offer that and whatever bargaining payment space you want to facilitate, you are welcome to. There is this on the website, we link the venue. I don't know how many thousands of square feet it is. Maybe Steph remembers, but we also have a lot of trips on our brain, so maybe she doesn't either. But it's huge. The space is huge. There are like 9 or 10 bedrooms, and there are so many common spaces, so there will be plenty of room for you to set that up. Anything else? Okay. Please email. You can text or call, but email will probably get a quicker response. We have a week and a half, a little over a week and a half. I hope you guys are getting excited about costumes. Whatever you want to pack, costumes, lingerie, sweatsuits. I will be in lounge clothes most of the time, but also I have some like bodysuits, like fishnets. You have room to spread out, and so bring all the things that you want to. I mean, some of us are flying like Yvette, so maybe, if you're checking a bag, but don't bring all the things. But we want you to feel comfortable. So bring as much garb as you want. I just want to, and there's plenty of room to spread out. So I just want to express appreciation for everybody who's here tonight. Thank you for coming, contributing your energy. We are not all here. There's a total of 24 people who are coming on this trip / day of play. So unfortunately, everybody couldn't make it tonight. But we'll meet them in the group chat and on the Mighty app for the course and that connection. Again, you will be invited to the WhatsApp group chat by the weekend. You will receive the travel guide, which is like, I don't know, at least 10, 14 pages. Thank you, Steph, for creating that. And the itinerary, which has the menu, the house rules, all that stuff. We just want you to be over-informed. I mean, ask the questions, but also read the things, please, because the questions might be answered in the things that we've already created for you. We overthink things, so you have all the information. So when you receive the invitation to the WhatsApp group chat, you can begin to introduce yourselves. As you could probably discern, the weekend ahead is about curiosity, consent, and connection. So bring openness, as you all have seemed to be, and but also your boundaries and your joy. And I'm very much looking forward to welcoming you to Virginia next week. So I can't wait to meet everyone in person and reconnect with people there as well. All right, I'll stay on for like 2 more minutes for questions, but feel free to bow out. I know this is a long ass meeting, especially for me who doesn't talk to people during the day, except via email. But thank you all for being here. You'll receive an email with the video link so you can rewatch this at your leisure. If you have any other additional questions, please reach out. Join the Mighty app, do the course, educate yourself, so you can feel empowered and comfortable and all that jazz. And Steph and I will be in contact with you in the next week. So at least expect at least 2 more emails from us. Sorry, not sorry. Thanks, Neffy. I hope you're not still in that car, and safe travels. We'll get everyone who needs a ride linked up. Don't worry. Put your information in the spreadsheet though, so that we can help in that facilitation though, please. Thank you.
Okay, the spreadsheet that was in the email, right?
Yes, just add your things because that will help remind me, if I don't see someone who matches you, that I will go ahead and make that connection. I mean,
Okay.
I'm also open to giving a ride, but we would have to leave on my time frame. So
That's fine. I technically work from home on Friday, so it's a bullshit ass day for me. So
hey,
whatever
for
time works.
bullshit ass work from home days. You can work in the car as we're driving.
Yeah, I'm not to say it's all good, but yeah, if it is you, then that's fine. There's no worries.
Okay. Okay, great.
I'll put my info in the spreadsheet. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Neffy. Thank you for everything. Thanks for your promotion and your support. Really appreciate it. All right, I'm going to disconnect the meeting. So for everybody else who is here, good night. I did not hang up on you. You just did not bow out before I hit end meeting. Have a good night.